I do want to ask a little bit more about the late night stuff, just if you're open to talking about it, because I think that's the thing that freaks parents out more than anything. So you can talk a little bit about kids coming home late at night and what boundaries you didn't or didn't set and how all that worked out.
Yeah, sure. A normal night, a normal day here, our kids would, of course, not necessarily be out and about partying, but they go to bed at very different times. My daughter stays up till 1 a.m. and she starts her schoolwork at 11 p.m. and my sons are a little different schedule, so they're really on their own as far as how tired do they want to be in the morning, and that's not. I don't wake my kids up. My wife doesn't wake them up. We haven't awoken them for school since probably fifth grade. I think maybe when they got their first iPhone, maybe was when, here's the alarm on the iPhone, go for it, wake up whenever you want to. They make their own meals. They've always make their own breakfasts. They've made their own lunches, all that sort of thing. If they don't want to bring something for lunch, then they don't bring it. Your question was late nights as far as kind of a partying sort of thing. We just have not had a problem with that. They have hosted parties over here several times. They do run in some of the same circles because they're in the same grade, but their friend groups are a little bit different. But they've, we've been open to them having get-togethers here. There's been one or two occasions where they've stayed, hey, I'm at a party and but I want to spend the night over here, and we've asked whose house are you at? Is that okay with the parents? Blah blah blah, and then I'll go ahead and approve it. I just have a level of trust in them that if they see a situation that they're not comfortable with, that they'll make the right decision. And I think that maybe is a testament to earlier decisions at age 3 and 5 and 9 and 10, that now when they're 16, 17, driving themselves around, I just feel that they're very competent decision makers. So yes, they have had some late nights. There's been some little bit questionable. Oh, but now, you said you were going here, and now you're going to go spend the night over here. Okay, well, what's going on? Okay, all right, be safe. So even though they have continued to push their horizons a little bit, I feel confident. I feel very confident in them based on their history of decision making, and it hasn't led me astray yet. So we still have one or two more years of the teen years, so things could go really off the rails in the next year or two, but they're looking pretty good so far.
So, Michael, I know we've just got another question that came in. I want to make sure there's time for that. But Trevor, I just dropped my son off at college, and for the last 3 years, he's been demonstrating his ability to manage himself. I can't imagine how anxiety provoking it would be if I was, curtailing his movements for the last 2 or 3 years, and now all of a sudden he's entirely free. So I think what you're doing is wise, because they have the opportunity to learn under your roof and under your guidance. So good for that. And Michael, I think we need to get that last question.
We're very open. We have had very open discussions about sex, about drugs, about alcohol. They know what all the drugs are. They know about alcohol. We've had adult parties here. We have a rockin' Christmas party every year here at our house, and hundreds of people. And that's one of the nights per year that my wife and I really let loose. And this place is crazy. And my kids are right in the middle of it. So they see us. They see. We try to lead by example. We try to have not hide things from them. We try to speak honestly about drugs, alcohol, sex, that sort of thing. What are the effects? What is it? Why do people do those types of things? Well, it's because it feels really good. Why do the people drink alcohol? Because you feel great and you get really talkative and everybody's funny, and that's why. Why do they take drugs? Well, because it's a rush. People love the feeling of taking drugs, and be really honest about them about how pleasurable all that sort of thing is. And then will they say, well, and then when they ask, well, why, what's wrong with it then? And then you can start, well, the reason is the downside of that. So, if you get those good feelings, well, then you also have to deal with this, and look at your uncle such and so, or your aunt such and so, or your grandmother this or that. Look what experiences they went through. And so that's why we don't do that. That's why we limit our choices to these things. But you're welcome to try drugs. You're welcome to do alcohol, do whatever you want to do. It's just, here's the facts. Here's what will happen if you do that, probably. So here's all the information. We trust that you'll make a really good choice.